Hey there, this is the second video in a series of 3. Today we're talking about how important it is, particularly as you get older, to keep your focus through the day. If we're the engine, if we're the driver, if we are the motor that runs this reinvention, this change process we're going through, we've got to keep ourselves focused on a daily basis. And how do we do that? Well, there's a couple of 3 things I want to talk about today. One, how you start the day makes a big difference. You know, for me, if I start my day with some quiet time, some mental focus, whatever that may be for you, but it works for me. It may be some neural training, it may be some meditation, whatever, but focused on and visualizing my goals, both long-term and for that day, but particularly visualizing where I want to be in life and where I want to be with my business. Then after that, I have to get some activity in. I'm driven by activity. Most people I know are. If we are human beings, we need to get daily activity. I have to get out the door and get some exercise in. 2 things happen. One, I feel good afterwards. And number 2, I've accomplished something before I even get in the workday. Once I get into the office, then one, fuel. What do you eat during the day? This is not a diet and nutrition video. We can get into that later on other videos. But whatever fuel works for you. I am a grazer. I can't eat a big meal throughout the day. So I have to graze as I go through the day. The next thing is, how do you organize? How do I organize to get production every hour that I'm working? We're not young Turks. We've done this before. We know what works for us. Go back in your memory banks and figure out what has worked for you when you needed to produce a lot in the past. And then replicate that every hour of your day. Figure it out. Make your own template. I'm not one that says we can put a template on everybody that works. People have said I've got ADD. I don't know. When I was growing up, they didn't have ADD. I have no idea. I don't really care. I have given myself permission to work differently, and it works for me. Because I will get up, I'll move around, because I don't have the attention span that I can stay on something for an hour. The next thing is to look at how am I going to produce and keep my energy level up throughout a full day. How am I going to get the creativity in that I need? Reinventing means creativity. You're doing things differently. You're breaking the patterns. You need to get the creative juices going. So one thing, exercise, and I'll get more into that on the next video, but trust me, exercise kicks in from left brain to right brain, from rational to creative thinking, to intuition. You can make that work for you, and I'll talk about that in the next video. But there's a neat little trick you can do if you run into a roadblock, if you need to have creative juices on a product, on a process, or a project that you're working on. And all it is I put a pillow down on my desk. I don't lay down anywhere. I put a pillow on my desk, put my head down, and then do some relaxation. Just some deep breathing to get relaxed and get the brain slowing down a little bit. And then I will hover around. I don't focus on, I will hover around whatever that project is, that issue is. If I find myself focusing in, I back off and just do some relaxation. The more you practice this, the better you get. But what happens, you actually start kicking in to the right brain, the intuitive brain. You start seeing things a little bit differently. The same as when you're going to sleep, coming out of sleep. You may see things more creatively, and the perspective may be different. You can make that happen with practice throughout the day. Okay, we're going to get more into that. Timing out throughout the day, quiet, sound buffers, whatever it takes is important to you. Use music. A lot of people use music. They go to different areas. They go to coffee shops. For me, I learned this little trick in college. All it is a sound buffer, ear protector, but it's a catalyst for me. Through the years, I've used it for so much that it works for me as a catalyst to turn things off. Okay, practice it. Figure out what works for you on your daily schedule, on an hourly basis, and replicate that throughout the day. And then figure out, practice the little creative idea that I gave you. And I'll end up with this, because it has absolutely nothing, but I just like this hat, to do with this presentation. www.flpinstitute.com for more information. Have a good day.